Byfield against Marat Husnedidov to get us underway. And Byfield pulled it back to Brant Clark. Kings win the opening draw. The Kings' first home game in a couple of weeks. Finally underway in downtown Los Angeles. And then up the far wall, turned over. Boston holds it in left circle. It's knocked away by Mikey Anderson. And the Kings once again looking to break out of their own zone. Comes up the near wall, held in by the Bruins. High slot shot, glove save, Kemper. The Kings and the Bruins. That kind of coming from Marco Sturm, having spent a couple years here, 7 years with the Kings organization as an assistant coach in the NHL. Sent back around the wall, and the Bruins left to right out of their own zone. Out to center ice, Laferriere stripped it away, and now Philip Deneau turns back through the neutral zone and risks a shot from distance.
Corey's upset, a little bit extra embellishment there.
Typically takes a lot to get number 91 down to the ice, and it certainly didn't there. Left point shot, hit a body in front, guided away, and then Blumel turned away by Kemper.
Where they have to kill one early. Watch the collapse down low. Best save right here was probably there. Kemper went across, probably
by Minton. Loose puck in the back post, blocked on the way through. Kings will intercept and then start back out of their own zone. Down the middle, Kempe looks to the left. Kopitar steps in, shoots from distance, stopped by Swayman. He'll get a whistle.
Numbers much better.
In an ozone face-off and left point, Dumoulin shot, turned away, and in the left corner, Kuzmenko's got it. Hands it off Deneau, smacks it over the goal and out of play. And then skating the other way, Zadorov up the left wing. He'll skate down in deep and behind the goal. Curls it all the way back to the far side. And then settle down there. Thrown in front, tipped it, a save by Kemper at the near post. Turns away Pavel Zacha.
5 forwards on the power play, no question. And then the end of the play, it ends up with Zacha being right in front of the net and Darcy having to be one-piece movement again. But that initial rush by Zadorov,
Kempe in deep, and then Kuzmenko. Around for Kopitar, back to Kuzmenko near side. Kuzmenko cross ice pass, one-timer, and a glove save by Swayman. Things turn right back in. Kuzmenko left wing, 5-on-3 continues. Up top, Kempe swings it right side. Fiala in deep for Kopitar, scans the ice. One man out in front. Perry couldn't bury it at the near post. Clark's got it at the blue line. The left wing, Laferriere back to Byfield right side. Pass kind of tied him up a little bit. And then Aspero rolled it free. Nicely held in by Clark to the left side. Laferriere shoots it, a save by Swayman. And then taken away by Fogle. Pasternak scooped it up, fan on the pass. Fogle tied it up, and then back to the far side. A chance from Pasternak. Stopped by Kemper. Didn't know where it was for a moment, but finally pounces on top of it.
Even 3 men in on the forecheck. Look at the Bruins. 2 men behind, 1 man in front, and wow. That is very dangerous. Darcy Kemper was looking completely the
peak right point, swings it to his left. Lowry faked around Armia from the left circle, back to peak right wing. He shoots, stopped by Kemper, and no rebound. Kings knock the puck free, can't get it out. Held in center point by Yoki Harju. Step to the far wall and roll it deep. Behind the goal, Janot in front, loose puck, backhand, save Kemper. Loose puck to the near circle, and then cleared off the glass down the ice. Kings in the zone, long shot from Ceci goes wide, up the left wing boards, and then the Bruins will take it back into the neutral zone. Stretch pass, left wing, in they come, long shot, easily gloved by Kemper, and he'll get a whistle. In deep, it's cut off by Edmondson. He'll fire it ahead, and then Deneau shuffles it out to center ice. Laferriere swings it wide left, and then Fogle shoots, sticked away by Swayman. Approach the final minutes of period 1 here in Los Angeles. Kopitar out for the draw. It's collected by Moore. Backhander gloved by Swayman. Final minutes of period 1. Ceci's pass deflected in deep by the Bruins. Mason Lowry after it. Around the wall for Peak. Guides it up the wall. And the Kings hold it in. Long shot from Moverare. Tipped by Kuzmenko and a save by Swayman.
One of the few
between the red and blue lines. Hands it to Fiala. Dances his way in toward the far wall. Hands it off. Anderson shoots. Deflected and a save by Swayman. He'll cut a glove save by Clark. Kings in the zone. Long shot. Here's a glove save by Swayman. Another. But not in the opening 20 minutes. Let's see what we get in period 2. Puck drops in the second frame underway. Clark back in the LA zone, slides it ahead for Kempe, and now left wing, fired in deep by Dumoulin.
Slot plays and high danger opportunities for the Boston Bruins.
Kings win an ozone face-off toward the middle. Long shot, tipped to the save. Immediately out onto the top line for Boston with Zacha and Pasternak. Kings through the neutral zone, and then Laferriere steps in, got a man in front. Laferriere shoots, stick save by Swayman. He gets taken down behind the goal as the Bruins knock the puck around the glass. Clark holds it in right point, steps toward the middle into the far side. It's the breaks, back for Dumoulin, one-timer, kick save by Swayman.
To make hits.
The icing, Kings in the offensive zone. Kempe swings it to the left. Long shot. Stick save by Swayman. Now Clark for the Kings turns and loops it down the ice. Glove down by the Bruins. And then Kastelik steps over the LA line and to wait for a man to get onside. Center sticked away by Kemper. The right wing side. Peak will roll it deep. And tied up in front of the goal. It ends up with the Kings near side. LaFerriere couldn't get it out. Held in by Fraser Minton. Steps toward the near circle. Cross ice pass. Right wing. Can't shoot there. Curling back up top. Held on to there, and then in the slot toward the back post, it's deflected away from Tanner Jeannot, who couldn't shoot. Then he'll shoot. Saved by Kemper. Loose puck collected by Boston. Cross ice pass. Away from Pasternak. Along the wall, Kings intercept, send it back into the neutral zone, knocked up the left wing. In comes Kopitar. Kopitar shoots, saved by Swayman. It sprung out of his glove. Even more helpful when you've got a shot like number 6 has. Kings disrupting along the far boards. They'll hold it in and loop it toward the goal. Swayman kicked it away. And then deep to the Bruins zone. Yoki Haru gets to it in front of LaFerriere. And now Boston looking out to center ice. Stretch pass back to the LA zone. It goes on goal, then a chance off the bar.
On a rebound, but he gets a rebound off the goaltender because Kemper doesn't really play it well, and there's the crossbar. So the initial play, you could tell from all up here, was he kind of shanked it, which made maybe more of a dangerous shot here because it floats over top. But the initial attempt was trying to go off
back to the Bruins zone.
Byfield twice on that shift doing the job. Kings interchange here.
Usnadinov darts in toward the circle, a shot off the left post. Another one off the iron for Boston here in the second period. They've hit 2 posts in the last couple of minutes. David Pasternak wristed one. Found a ping. Then in come the Kings. Oh! Fast save. Loose puck toward the back post. Kings whacking away at it. And then a couple of bodies falling on top of the blue paint.
You have to try to anticipate. The Kings have been way more dangerous. Nice little pass there, LaFerriere. And there's the save. And then there's the second opportunity. Is there going to be a third one? We'll see what happens. Brant Clark got taken down at the end of the play, but it's just everyone going after loose pucks. You can see there with Clark, it just kind of wasn't in his wheelhouse, so he couldn't hoist the puck. But credit the goaltender from coming across. He gets the pad in behind, and then everyone helps out. There's Clark taken down. He gets a stick there before it happens. And you make sure you make the play defensively.
Start of the third period here in Los Angeles. Still looking for one for either of these sides. He's quickly come back the other way. Centering feed. Fiala had it roll off his stick. Bruins have it. They'll skate into the neutral zone. Slow down for a moment. Shorthanded chance to the right side. Zadorov shoots. Parried away by Kemper. And now Fiala. He speeds back the other way. Right wing. In comes Perry. Lines. Fires. Saves. Swayman. It went off his shoulder. Again, fighting through some stick checks. Fiala against Husnadinov. Guides it forward. And then Kempe battling with Geekie. He'll lift it out to center ice. Bruins back in. Drop back pass. Long shot. They score! From just inside the blue line, it's Geekie who scores his team high 15th of the year. And finally, there's a goal in this one.
It was back and forth, back and forth. The Kings, a little bit, I'm not going to call it a turnover because you have enough time to regroup. But you see the Kings, you saw the play right there. CC was directing traffic, and the forward did not see it. So Byfield kept going back, and that just allowed enough time. And our camera people do outstanding work. None better than that last shot right there. You can see how much room there was. There wasn't much room.
They've created shorthanded opportunities as well. Scored 4 times while shorthanded this year. Rolls toward the Kings intercept. Here they go again. 2-on-1 chance. Moore with Armia. Moore shoots, save, rebound, score! Joel Armia, shorthanded goals in back-to-back games. And we're tied in the third period.
Well, the shot doesn't score, but the rebound does. And I think that's so important here. The Kings, the way they create, you can tell right away, this is going to be a 2-on-1. Look at the defender backing off, protecting the cross pass. But it does not protect against the chip on the backhand. Wow, that's the type of game it's been. The shot by Geekie was more pretty. Gloves on the ice. We got stick on the ice. Kopitar comes up, cleans up the trash.
Now the Kings step down the ice, rolling puck in front. Armia, backhand, saved by Swayman. Here in the final minute of period 3.
Yeah, you keep an eye on Geekie right now. The Bruins loading up with Pasternak and Geekie.
Byfield over the blue line, steps into the zone. Byfield drops it back. Edmondson shoots. Saved by Swayman in the glove.
Can't say enough about that, but watch this from behind Swayman. When the shot's taken, the only potential screen was right at the release point. It was out high. Everything else down low, boxed out, taken care of.
Geekie tried to curl it ahead. Puck deflects over the Kings line and back through the neutral zone as the final seconds will tick off the clock. And the Kings and the Bruins will go beyond regulation here in Los Angeles tonight.
Lindholm, probably the best skater the Bruins have on the blue line. Healthy skater.
And off the draw, Kings look to have won it, but Kastelik steps in, takes the puck away from the big defenseman, but fell down, and Zadorov recovered brilliantly. Swings it out to center, deflected away. In come the Bruins. Pasternak centers toward the circle. Wrist shot, score! Geekie gets another. The overtime winner for Morgan Geekie. And Boston wins it in overtime by a final score of 2-1.
Counterattack chance. Make it happen. It starts deep. Right there. Okay, here it goes. Now watch Geekie. It'll be on the left side of your screen. Yeah, you know what? From where that shot comes from, it's unfortunate. It's one of those where you hope the goaltender would make the save. Is it inside the dots? If it is, it's just inside. I don't think Kopitar got a piece of it. First career OT winner for Morgan Geekie as the Boston Bruins go on the counterattack. And it just works right there. So he caught the goaltender moving one side to the other, and the Boston Bruins win it.